issues.
Greetings, discreet defenders. Today's the day. We're finally going to pit 22 Stinger against 22 Punch against 22 Silvertip. First test, Chronograph. The Federal Punch. And you know Federal is pretty proud of this little round. They put their logo on the back of the rounds, on the back of the cases. Today we're going to find out if Federal's pride in this particular ammunition is justified. It's 29 grains, which is really a 22 short projectile. So I think what Federal did is basically take a 22 short and load it in a 22 long rifle case. But, you know, that's not a terrible idea. So we'll see how it works out for them. (1,157 feet per second). 1,179. 1,187. 1,180. 1,188. 1,169. 1,187. 1,169. Wow, that was consistent. High of 1188, low of 1157, average of 1,177 feet per second for those Federal Punch. And I have to say, with little 29 grain shells, there's really no recoil at all with those. I can't wait to see how those do in the gel test, because those are really consistent. All right, we're back for the gel block portion of the test. These are the 3 test rounds: Winchester Silvertip, CCI Stinger, and Federal Punch. The Silvertips are 37 grains, Stingers are 32 grains, and the Punch are 29 grains. We're going to shoot them in that order. And rather than a 4-layer denim barrier, which would obviously clog up any 22 hollow point, we're just going to use a couple layers of cotton, basically t-shirt. This is a long sleeve version, but it's basically the same material. We're not trying to clog anything, but we're not trying to expand anything and stop it short either. Obviously the Federal Punch are non-expanding type bullets, but these first 2 definitely are. All right. And we have 15 inches of gel. I doubt if anything's going to over-penetrate that. If it does, it will automatically be the winner. And I'll keep going unless there's so much energy deposited that I need to readjust. First up is the 37 grain Silvertips. And yeah, looks like we captured that. Next up is the 32 grain Stingers. And yep, we definitely captured that. It looks like it underpenetrated rather substantially. I'm just gonna go a little bit high for the Federal Punch. And the Federal Punch has punched through, oh my God, oh my word. Okay, so there's the Silvertip, there's the Stinger, where's the Punch? Hello. Here it is, right here. You can see the hole out the back of the kitty litter jar that it made after going through 15 inches of gel. There's the Federal Punch. Looking like it just came out of the factory. Okay, I'm wrong. Obviously, the Federal Punch is the winner of that. Here's the Winchester, or the core of the Winchester. Those petals have all segmented off, the segments. But here we are. Right? Here's the Winchester with its segments shattered off. Here's the Federal Punch. I guess that was the last one we shot, so I should line them up in order. And here is the severely underpenetrating CCI Stingers. Those would be a heck of a hunting round, but if you're only getting 7 inches of penetration, yeah, that's obviously not adequate. Okay, so it's probably gonna be the Federal Punch. They based on the chronograph testing we've done, they get about the same muzzle energy as the CCI Stingers do. You know, the Winchesters come in third, and not by a long ways. Velocitors still average higher. Velocitors and, surprisingly, Winchester Silvertips exhibit a much wider range of foot-pounds of energy in the muzzle than the Stingers and the Federal Punch. They're reliable. They have about the same muzzle energy as the Stingers, and they're designed specifically not to expand, and they get amazingly consistent results. I guess it's going to be Federal Punch. So that has been our test of the 3 22 LR defensive pistol rounds from the Smith Wesson 317 with its 3-inch barrel. Obviously, the Federal Punch is the winner. I was completely wrong about the Stinger. They grossly underpenetrated. Apparently, just ratcheting up the velocity just stops the Stinger even shorter. You know what? That is huge, though. I'm going to put the calipers on the Stinger. With 22, you're not looking for expansion from 22, or you'll get underpenetration, as we saw here, 7 inches of penetration from the Stinger. But I have to. Okay, calipers are zeroed. And those Stingers are 37 caliber. I don't know what you want to do with that. There's probably some people out there that still want to shoot the Stingers because 37 caliber, but 7 inches of penetration, that's not really going to get to the vitals with enough, yeah, and still deliver enough force for an incapacitating hit. But yeah, those Federals, 15 inches of gel right out the back of a 7-inch kitty litter jar. I mean, that's equivalent of a solid 18 to 20 inches. That you're actually getting slight over penetration, but it did stop on the table out, right in the back of the kitty litter jar. So, I mean, the Federal Punch, they're over penetrating, but just barely. You cannot beat 20 inches of penetration and 1,200 feet per second. That's darn near 90 foot-pounds of energy. All right. Thanks, folks. This is Dave for DDR. Have a great week. All 12. No issues.